What does it mean to feel? From Enigma to AI. The year was 1940. Germany believed its Enigma machine was unbreakable, a fortress made of wires and logic. Each day, the code changed. Each day, lives were lost. Until one man dared to challenge the machine. Germany's war machine ran on hidden instruction, and the Allies were blind. The fate of Europe rested on one question. Could anyone break Enigma before the war was lost? In the quiet countryside of England, a manor house was turned into a war room. Bletchley Park, home to chess champions, poets, crossword addicts, and mathematicians. It was here that a team formed, not just any team, but a team of very diverse thinkers at the center of it all. A young mathematician named Alan Turing. Before the code, before the war, there was a boy with a brilliant mind and a heart still learning how to feel. At Sherborne School, Alan Turing didn't quite fit in. He spoke in formulas, not fashion. While classmates memorized Latin, Alan was teaching himself Einstein's theory of relativity. Alone, but not entirely. There was one boy who saw him, Christopher Morcom, brilliant, kind, curious. Together, they solved equations, debated ideas, and shared quiet afternoons in the school library. For the first time, Alan wasn't just thinking, he was connecting. But in 1930, everything changed. Christopher died suddenly, just 16 years old. Alan was devastated, but he did what he always did. He thought. He asked questions no one else was asking about the soul, about memory, about whether the mind, Christopher's mind, could somehow live on. It wasn't grief that led Alan Turing to dream of machine intelligence. It was love, a longing to preserve something, someone, to build a machine that remembers us, that thinks like us, maybe even feels like us. But Alan's dream would not wait for the future. In 1939, it was needed now. Germany had unleashed a war of unimaginable scale, and at its heart, a cipher no one could break. If it couldn't be cracked, millions would die. And Alan Turing, the boy who once dreamed of machines that could feel, was about to build one, to stop them. The Enigma machine wasn't just complex, it was a monster of mathematical possibilities. With each keystroke, its internal rotors shifted, scrambling the message into billions of permutations. There were over 150 quintillion possible combinations. And the Germans reset the code every single day. The human mind could never keep up. But Alan Turing believed something else could. The bomb. Turing's electromechanical brain wasn't built to understand language. It was built to eliminate impossibilities. Using logic patterns known as cribs, the bomb could scan through thousands of combinations per minute. One false rotor setting, eliminated, another, discarded, until only the real settings remained. In those clicks and rotations, the bomb wasn't just solving a puzzle, it was doing what no mind could do alone, thinking at machine speed. And in that moment, a new idea was born. A machine that didn't just follow instructions, but performed logic. What began as a tool of war became the seed of something much greater. Turing's bomb wasn't just a code breaker, it was the first machine to perform structured, logical operations at scale. A glimpse into the future of computing. It solved problems by process of elimination, by reasoning through possibilities, by thinking in a way like a human might, only faster. And that changed everything. Long after the war ended, the spark Turing lit refused to die. From the quiet of Bletchley, his ideas spread to universities, to research labs, to circuit boards and silicon. Turing asked one question: A question we're still answering today. Can machines think? From Enigma to logic, from rotors to algorithms. The machine that cracked the code became the ancestor of something far more powerful: artificial intelligence. The war ended. The machines were shut down. But Alan Turing's question echoed into the decades that followed. His vision that machines could reason, solve, and perhaps even think became the blueprint for an entirely new era. The computers that followed weren't built with gears and rotors, but with logic gates and silicon, each one faster, smaller, more powerful than the last, until one day, the impossible was ordinary. Today, we talk to machines. We ask them to write, to imagine, to solve problems we once thought uniquely human. But behind every algorithm, every breakthrough, is a line drawn back to Bletchley. Alan Turing didn't live to see this future, but without him, it wouldn't exist. The journey from wartime secrecy to modern intelligence was never a straight line. It was built on questions, failures, and the belief that machines could be more than tools. They could be partners in thought. What began with rotors and ciphers now touches every part of our lives. Medicine, article science, creativity, artificial intelligence is no longer a dream. It's here. And it all began with a single question. A man in a quiet English estate, listening to the clicks of a code-breaking machine, asking if a machine could one day understand. From Enigma to AI. This is not just the story of a machine, it's the story of an idea, one that still learns and still evolves. Alan Turing broke the most unbreakable code, but society condemned him for breaking its moral code. In 1952, he was prosecuted for being gay. His name was erased, his work buried. The man who helped save millions was forced to undergo chemical castration. He died from complications within 2 years. He asked whether machines could think, but he never lived to see if the world could learn to feel. Today, artificial intelligence mimics emotion. It copies human voices,
Can you hear me?
writes human words.
I think I'm alive.
But what does it mean to truly feel? To choose love, even when the world once said not to? His story reminds us. A machine can learn to think, but only we can choose to feel. If this hit you, hit that like button if you want to see more. Subscribe now.